been making videos for 5 years and have never done the classic Sidecar. I don't know what I was thinking, but here we're gonna try to make the perfect version of the Sidecar, which is an evolution from the Brandy Crusta cocktail in Jerry Thomas's 1862 Bartender's Guide. I think this one is much better. We'll also make a few tasty related drinks following the similar template. But starting off with the Sidecar, you're gonna grab some brandy, ideally a cognac. For cocktails, I like this Pierre Ferrand. It's not too expensive and quite tasty. Berthaud is also a good one. Start with 1.5 ounces or 45 mils. Next, you need some kind of orange liqueur, triple sec, or curaçao. I'm a big fan of this dry curaçao from Pierre Ferrand again because it is nicely balanced and has just the right amount of orange flavor. We're gonna add 1 ounce or 30 mils. To balance that out, we're gonna use fresh lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce or 22 mils. We need to add a little bit of sweetness because that dry curaçao is a bit, well, dry. So add anywhere between a teaspoon to 1/4 of an ounce, depending on your preference. Give that a shake with ice for about 15 seconds to chill and dilute it. Now this drink was supposedly invented by some American army captain in Paris during World War I who would ride around in a motorcycle sidecar. But like many cocktail origin stories, this one seems a little bit dubious. Regardless, we're going to pour this into a chilled coupe glass and garnish with a fresh lemon twist. And let's give this a taste, our classic Sidecar. Not surprisingly, your first hit with an intense citrus aroma, but the flavor is wonderful. I'd say unlike with the classic margarita template, the orange flavor is much more pronounced here. Because both the dry curaçao and cognac are aged, it's just a really smooth drink. But as I mentioned at the beginning, the Sidecar is not just a classic cocktail, but also a delicious template for cocktails. The book Cocktail Codex talks about the use of liqueurs and spirits in balance to create this drink, so let's find a couple other variations that are similar. So let's start by making the classic Pegu Club cocktail, which swaps out the brandy for a dry gin, 2 ounces or 60 mils in a shaker glass. For our orange liqueur, we're going to use Cointreau, which is made with a neutral spirit and tends to pair well with gin, 3/4 of an ounce or 22 mils. But you can use any orange liqueur here. To balance that out, we're going to add some fresh lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce or 22 mils. We're going to add a bit of seasoning to this cocktail with a dash or 2 of Angostura bitters and a dash or 2 of orange bitters. Shake that with ice for about 15 seconds. Now this drink was the signature drink of Burma's Pegu Club, which was founded in the late 19th century. It was a sort of gentleman's club for British officers outside of Rangoon, named after the Pegu River in Burma. And just like with our Sidecar, we're going to double strain this into a chilled coupe glass. Garnish with a lime wheel, and let's give it a taste, our Pegu Club cocktail. Okay, this one is a lot more citrus forward and dry than the Sidecar spec I put out there. If you like the Hemingway daiquiri, I think you'd love this drink. I personally might amp up the sweetness a little more, but I love the botanicals you get from the gin in this combination. But before the next cocktail, we have to talk about the sofa. The sofa is an integral part of my home, which is why I was super excited to partner with AllForm for this video. You might have heard me rave about the Helix mattresses on my channel, and AllForm is Helix's sister brand of sofas and chairs that are all American made and super easy to assemble. What I love about them is that it's completely modular and customizable, so you can really design it to work well in any space. Plus, they're also scratch and stain resistant, which is pretty important since my young daughter likes to knock over every glass, but she was quite helpful in assembling this sofa, which goes to show how easy it was to put together. But most importantly, it's just a really comfortable, good-looking couch that perfectly fits the room I need it in. And amazingly, they'll deliver the entire thing to your door for free, and it includes a 100-day trial. So if you don't like it, they'll just pick it up for you and you'll get a full refund. I am loving my AllForm sofa, and I think you would too. So if you're looking for some new seating, visit the link below or go to allform.com/cocktailchemistry for 20% off the sofa of your choice. And for our last cocktail, we're leaning hard into the French spirits in a drink called the Elysees. Not sure I pronounced that correctly, but we are starting with a wonderful liqueur that I use a lot on this channel, green chartreuse, 1/2 ounce or 30 mils. And then our brandy, 2 ounces or 60 mils of cognac, going back to the Pierre Ferrand. For our citrus, 3/4 of an ounce or 22 mils of fresh lemon juice. And then we're gonna balance that out with a touch of simple syrup, just a 1/2 ounce or 15 mils. Hit that with 1 dash of Ango bitters to spice it up a little bit, and then we're gonna shake with ice for about 15 seconds. Now, the classic version of this drink in the Savoy cocktail book from 1930 simply replaced the curaçao with green chartreuse, but that would be a really high-proof cocktail, and the herbaceousness of the chartreuse would just overpower it. So we adjusted a few things to bring it into balance. Now we're going to double strain into a chilled coupe glass, express the oils of a lemon twist over the top, rub the rim, and drop it in. Okay, let's give it a taste. Our Champs-Elysees. Again, no surprise, heavy citrus notes on the nose because of the lemon peel we just expressed over the top, but that is a wonderful flavor. It's just a much more interesting set of flavors than the regular Sidecar, in my opinion, with that green chartreuse, and it doesn't overpower it like you would in A Last Word. To me, this is the winner.